Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking a really dense stack of sources on the bizarre saga of Jean-Francois Gariepy, or JFG.
Yeah, and this story just took a very sharp turn into the completely absurd.
We're talking about the internet figure known as what? The French pervert? Potato masher.
And of course, Worski's abusive ex-BF.
Our mission today is to connect the dots. How does a guy who claims he's this brilliant intellectual and, a crypto genius end up in a tiny, cheap shack in rural Canada?
We're gonna untangle this whole mess of suspected murder evasion, these weird breeding theories, and some truly terrible crash diets.
It all culminates in the confirmation of this remote hideout.
And we should set the tone. The community that follows this stuff uses very specific, very dark humor, slang like JFAT for his health choices, for instance.
Right, and there's this theatrical grimness around the central mystery of his missing former partner. We're just here to report on the facts and what that community has pieced together.
So let's dive in.
Let's start with the trigger for all of this. What some are calling the self-doxing of the century.
It was, an absolutely astonishing moment. Users who were in the chat for Kino Casino Gaming, they just saw it pop up.
JFG, or someone pretending to be him, posts his full address just out there.
And it wasn't just the address. The post apparently also included this bizarre clinical line directing someone to immediate insemination.
Immediate insemination. It sounds less like a come on and more like, a disturbing medical form.
It really does. And the context here just makes it perfect. Kino Casino is run by Andy Wargarski, JFG's old co-host.
Oh, the irony. Especially since Wargarski now streams while dressed in women's clothing.
Right. So you have this incredibly grim, potentially self-incriminating leak happening against the backdrop of Warski in, a wig and makeup.
Peak internet absurdity. What are the fan theories on the timing of that?
Oh, the speculation is fantastic. Some think JFG was lurking, saw Warski with the, quote, fake tits, and this is some kind of misguided attempt to win him back.
By promising a new potato.
Exactly. It's just this tragic comic mess.
But the crucial part isn't the drama, it's the verification. This could have just been a prank.
It could have, but the community went into overdrive. They went full GeoGuessr on it.
Okay, hold on. How specific are we talking? They're really matching, like, power lines and tree branches.
Absolutely. This was forensic level stuff. They pulled up Google Street View and matched the pattern of the power lines, the exact branching on trees you could see in his own photos.
Wow.
They even used a picture he tweeted of a roof repair and another one of some Ritz crackers he took from his window. The view just matched perfectly.
So the location was confirmed, beyond any reasonable doubt.
Yep. So now the debate becomes how I got there. Was this a legendary, embarrassing cell phone or something else?
The accidental cell phone is just, it's so perfect. The idea that he was trying to DM a new prospect.
And just pasted it into the wrong chat. People were saying if you use shared clipboards across virtual machines, which he might, it's a totally plausible OPSEC failure.
That is comedy gold. But what about the other theory? The Gariepy.
That's the setup theory. The idea that this was a deliberate operation. The account that posted the address was brand new.
Created that same day.
The exact same day. So it's plausible someone who already had the address just used the Warsiski chat as cover to leak it. They knew it would get attention there.
So either way, the information is out. The physical location of the French pervert is public knowledge.
And it leads us straight to the middle of nowhere, to a place called Serial, Alberta.
Serial, Alberta. That does not sound like a bustling metropolis.
It is the definition of desolate. It's a hamlet with a population well under 100 people, and it's declining. For our American listeners, think of, Northwest Nebraska. Just nothing.
Zero economy outside of agriculture, which, of course, led the community to one conclusion.
That it's the perfect place to camp out and lay low after you've killed someone.
Precisely. They've already nicknamed him the serial killer. The dark humor writes itself.
Okay, so tell me about the actual property. The cost alone is unbelievable.
He bought this house, supposedly 3 bedrooms, for 60,000 Canadian dollars.
Which is what, 43,000 US dollars?
About that, yeah. You can't even buy a new car for that much in some places. That price screams that the place is a total shithole.
No successful crypto investor is buying a $40,000 house for his family.
And the size. It's a fucking shoebox. 740 square feet.
700 for him, a partner, and his kids. That's not just small, that's intentionally restrictive.
It's another method of control. Everyone is always within sight, within earshot.
And the place itself sounds dangerous. Yeah, users who claim they're contractors were flagging huge red flags. The front door opens directly into the living room, which in an Alberta winter is just brutal.
I saw the stuff about the electrical wiring.
Right. They suspect it's that old cloth-wrapped aluminum from the 70s, a tiny 60-amp breaker panel, no modern GFI plugs in the kitchen or bathroom. It's a fire waiting to happen.
Plus old mildewy carpet.
Yeah.
Just paints this grim, calculating picture.
It's a Skinner box. It's designed to isolate his family and any new potato from the world, ensuring total control, no outside interference.
Which brings us to the basement, the so-called third bedroom.
Cold, damp, and unfinished. The speculation, and again, this is dark humor, is that it's the perfect spot to commit murder or chain victims to.
The humor is grim, but the analysis is consistent. He's engineering total isolation.
And that brings us back to the psychological intent confirmed by the leak itself, this obsession with immediate insemination.
It's genuinely the least attractive phrase I've ever heard. It's like a fruit fly has a more complex mating ritual.
Right, so why that language? The consensus falls into two camps. First is the legal theory.
The idea that he's using clinical terms to protect himself somehow.
Exactly. That he thinks by saying insemination, it implies sperm donation or gives him some kind of shield against assault accusations or paternity claims down the line.
It's applying a twisted high IQ life hack to basic human decency.
And the other theory connects to his grander delusion, his whole rebuild the white race via my cock complex.
So he uses clinical terms because he sees himself as some kind of Dr. Mengeley running a breeding project.
That's the theory. And the sources are clear that his targets are primarily vulnerable women, often autistic or with severe social impairment, who see him as a project they can fix.
People who are already isolated, who he can then move to his murder shack in Serial.
And this all ties back to the central mystery, the one that hangs over everything, the disappearance of Mama JF.
The forum poll on her fate is, well, it's grim.
77% believe the potato is sliced and served, French fried. The community is long past debating if he did it. They're just analyzing how he's getting away with it.
And the sources point to a mix of police incompetence and the Canadian justice system.
The frustration is palpable. You have all this circumstantial evidence. The missing body, him deep cleaning the bathroom right after she vanished, buying meat processing equipment.
The slip-ups where he'd refer to her in the past tense.
And yet nothing. The belief is that the RCMP just doesn't care enough. And without a body, it's no body, no crime scene, no crime.
So he successfully moved across the country to this new French fry factory to escape any scrutiny.
And that brings us to a slightly lighter, but just as revealing topic, the JFAT arc.
Right. The community's assessment that JFG needs some exercise, and his attempts to lose weight have been chaotic.
His latest is this crash diet arc. He claimed he was fasting for 30 hours, planning to starve himself for days at a time, said he lost 50 pounds in 4 months.
And what did the armchair health experts on the forums have to say about this master plan?
They noted he approaches biology like he approaches everything else, trying to find some high IQ loophole that violates basic rules.
So what was the biggest flaw?
Electrolytes. He was apparently using Gatorade and, alarmingly, a dapagliflozin, which is a diabetes medication.
Not exactly a proper supplement for a long fast.
No, it's, as one user put it, the retarded teen girl route of just not eating. The use of that drug, if it's true, is incredibly reckless.
So the whole approach is just unsustainable. It leads to muscle loss and a massive weight rebound.
It's the same hubris, different field, the same pattern of failure.
Though one good thing did come out of the forums, a bit of myth-busting.
Right, the clarification that crash diets don't actually kick your body into that mythological starvation mode where it stores everything as fat. That was a useful aside.
But the core point stands. He's just starving himself poorly in a leaky, cheap house in a hamlet called Serial.
So, to sum this all up, what we confirmed today is that even the most calculated plans for isolation can just completely unravel through sheer incompetence.
Broadcasting your location to the world's most dedicated digital bloodhounds.
And this isn't just about him being cheap. The confirmed location, the state of the house, it all confirms a deliberate attempt to build a secluded Skinner box.
A place to exert total control over his family and any future victims. It just amplifies all the risks.
The community has connected all the dots: the abuse, the bizarre language, the isolation tactics, and now the physical coordinates of this tiny, frozen shoebox.
The only real mystery left is Mama JF.
And given the sheer unbelievable absurdity of how this address got out-leaked during his cross-dressing ex's stream while he's trying to arrange an immediate insemination, you have to wonder.
What's next?
What are the odds that JFG accidentally pastes the precise GPS coordinates of Mama JF's final resting place into a chat next?
Something to mull over until our next deep dive. Stay well informed, and we'll talk soon.